Hey everybody, this is Rodney Watson, running against JEEE-Meeee Stevens in the District 3 County Commission race for Jefferson County. Hey, I saw on Facebook this morning that I guess there's a lot of controversy around me and the way I've posted, and I want to apologize for that. I didn't mean to cause any problems for those administrators or those communities. Let me say this about my campaign. My campaign is very simple. And for District 3, this is what I want to do. There's a lot of things can come out of this, but it's based on just 3 or 4 different principles. The first principle is letting the free market lead. And the free market means allowing homeowners to come in and buy at their level, allowing business to operate at their level and compete at their level by keeping costs down as much as possible on the government services that we provide. It includes getting the trash cleaned up. The litter is costing us valuable desirability for our communities. It has a downward pressure on our property values, and it has a downward value or downward pressure on the appeal of our neighborhoods. I want to get the litter cleaned up. I think the litter is a huge problem for District 3. One of our biggest problems. Poverty is not our problem. Poverty is in Birmingham, but the focus is on Birmingham. District 3, one of our biggest problems is litter. We've got to get that cleaned up. The opioid problem is a terrible problem in District 3. That's got to get some focus. Overregulation from the county government with the way they administer zoning and building codes in the most rural areas. They're running people out of Jefferson County and into Walker and Tuscaloosa and Bibb. We've had several failed construction projects and just money just gone, time wasted, failed policies on how to open up a storm shelter. All of this I can take care of. This is what I've done all my life. But all of this is not complicated. I've come out against Jimmy. I do not like Jimmy. I've told Jimmy pretty much to his face. I don't want to see him have any harm. I want to see him do well in life. I think he's probably a good family man. But he does not step at the same level of integrity that working people do. And some of that is looking a man in the face and telling him what you're going to do and doing it, or telling him up front you're not going to do it. You can't do it. It's not running from meetings in your communities because you've said something that you can't back up. You've got to go down there and back it up, Jimmy, and say, hey, I misspoke on that. And you see me get mad about it because I've called Jimmy and I asked him about something numerous times, and the last time I spoke with him, he gave me a line of bull. And I called and asked somebody else, and they verified that what he was telling was a bunch of bull. And I didn't appreciate it. It felt like it insulted my integrity and my intelligence. I know the trash on the roads can be picked up, tickets can be written, and we can implement other policies to stop the huge litter problem. Because other counties and states are doing it. We may have to get some legislation passed, but that can be done. West Jefferson and District 3 is just as suitable for development as any other place in the county. We're just as deserving in District 3. And I'm gonna be a District 3 commissioner. Jimmy has neglected us and he has walked on us. Down there in McCalla, where I take all this heat, the county's got $300,000 in a ballpark that they cannot get out of that ballpark, and the citizens cannot get a field. I wasn't the commissioner that did that. I wouldn't let that happen. That's ridiculous. This county commission job is not that difficult. But I do understand something that evidently Jimmy does not understand, and maybe others. We have to compete to be great. And I don't want to simply compete on price, because that's a race to the bottom. I want to compete on excellence, but excellence at our level in District 3. I'm not expecting to have the World Trade Center have a location in District 3. I am expecting our roads to be premium. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting our communities in District 3 to be premium at bringing in business at their level. I don't expect a business to come into Adamsville that needs 1,000 customers a day to stay in business. But we can bring some business in out toward Adamsville that can serve that community and it be a premium business. We don't have a hospital in West Jefferson. There are people in West Jefferson County driving an hour to a hospital. That's ridiculous in 2018. That's because of District 3 being neglected, and a hospital does not see a strong enough market to come in there. I want to turn that around. I want to turn it around for District 3. We've had better days in the past, but we do this by letting the private sector lead. Doesn't mean we don't push them along a little bit, but we cannot get out there as a government and guess at the market, because government is completely ineffective at it, because government cannot predict what the competitor is going to do. The stadium deal downtown adds nothing to Birmingham's competitiveness. And Birmingham cannot control their market. They cannot control the stadium or where another one can be built. You just can't. The only thing Birmingham can do is improve their lifestyle and hang on to who they have there locally living already and try to bring more in. Once they get their population turned around, then you've got some flexibility. But Birmingham gets all the focus, and they shouldn't. They're the weakest link in the Birmingham market as far as functionality, and they're going downhill. They're the strongest financial market. But, somebody says that what's the difference between the glass being half full and half empty? Birmingham's, if it was glass halfway, it would be one that's half empty because it's being poured out. Chelsea, on the other hand, that little small town down 280 that's growing, if their glass was at the halfway level, their glass is half full because it's being filled up. They're growing. It's the direction these cities are going in that makes the difference. We're going in the wrong direction in the Birmingham area, and in particular, District 3. I want to make District 3 a glass that is half full, not half empty.